I'm actually surprised that I haven't made this video in the hundreds of videos that I've made on this channel in the past few years. And it's pretty much to try to answer the question that's in the title. Why won't Bandai make green good? It's actually really weird. I don't really remember outside of Cell Surge, which doesn't really count because it was red green or yellow green, and maybe the Roshi thing that got banned where you can loop dormant potential over and over again. But I can't really remember the last time that green was in really full force. Even when King Cold was running around, it was just kind of like whatever. Sorry, Butters. But today I want to talk about a ruling that got updated in this last week. I'm a little late on that, but I wasn't going to let this slip under the radar, and as well as just not talk about it because it does make me a little mad. So if you didn't know, a couple months back, David Fatchbinder, who is one of the administrators of the Dragon Ball Supercard game discussion group, and as well as one of the head judges for a lot of the events, there's really no other person that I would trust in the word of ruling, since he does speak to Bandai as well as try to help update the rule book as well. But this was the new-ish ruling, as in the understanding was if it doesn't specify an area, then it will fall back to the rule book, as in if it doesn't specify an area for a battle card, it will be on the battle card, which we'll talk about in a second. This one says, for area movement triggers to Z energy, and if effect references a card type, such as a battle card, is checking the printed card type and not where the area is coming from. So for example, for the Gohan effect, where the auto says if all your energy is mono blue, and when your card, one of your blue battle cards is added to your Z energy, switch up to one of your energy to active mode. So this says basically if you add a blue battle card from your combo area into your Z energy, then you be able to use that that auto. So basically, if you were to combo it, or if an effect gave you a Z energy, or if you're for some reason opponent gave you Z energy, or if you got something for your drop into your Z energy, all of these things would work in order to switch one to active mode. Now, knowing that Gohan is ruling, we would probably assume that'll happen or would work with everything else. And now the 8-drop Gogeta, which was right before the finals, US finals and NA finals, whatever, they were basically saying, Bandai specifically said that Gogeta would work the same way. Anywhere, any area except life or deck. And the way that it's worded for Gogeta is that basically activate main, you pay 1 green. If your opponent has 3 or more energy, you add one of your Gogeta BR cards with a cost of 6 to your Z energy, and you get to play this from your Z energy. So you have this in your Z energy already. You have something in your hand, or from the drop, or from warp, wherever, except for life or deck. That is a 6 cost Gogeta BR. You place it in your Z energy, and then in turn you pay that 1 energy and you play it from your Z energy. Basically, that was the concept. Now, because of the current ruling, which is 18.1.8, which reads, if it doesn't specify an area, this is pretty much the same ruling as any other that doesn't specify something for a battle card, is added to your Z energy, that if it does not refer to a card that was in the leader area or battle area before moving to that card. This rule is meant to enable cards like the Son Gohan superhero leader to function properly with the area movement trigger. But since it does not have an area movement trigger, it does not apply to it. The card for activate main skill from the battle area is pulled per 18.1.6. If it doesn't specify, then it is basically in the leader area or battle area. And apologize for the Gogeta BR fan. So I was mad about it. Pretty clear about that. Just simply because I made a whole deck profile and I said it was pretty good. Like I really like the deck. In really any other like more fair, diverse format that isn't blue and red, it would kind of do pretty well. Like it does green stuff pretty okay. It has a little bit of consistency issues. Go watch the video. I'm not going to go into that. But the whole thing with this is that this could have been perfectly fine if we had an errata to say that if you added this from any area, to your Z energy, it would actually boost up that deck, right? It would actually make sure that this is actually playable, and you can actually play it in any deck. any green deck. So not only that the Gogeta BR archetype would be boosted, but any other green deck would be boosted as well. So why are we saying that this specific ruling, especially since we backtrack, Bandai literally said, hey, this is how it works, and now it doesn't. So we have the power, right? We assume that we have the power to make this good, and we chose not to. So why is that? And, you know, it makes me kind of angry because I love green. Green is my favorite color. Hand destruction is my favorite archetype, and my favorite way to play. It makes everything annoying. I don't really care, but it is one of my favorite ways to play. And this, and as well as this archetype, was fun. It was awesome. It was on a casual level, it was great. And with more support and more consistency options, maybe you can be on a competitive level. And this again would boost other green decks. Why can't we do that? I don't know, but it made me look at previous archetypes from previous sets. So like if we look at I think this is set 16 or Saiyan Showdown, set 15. So we have Goku, which basically what you'll see as a trend is that we have a lot of stuff going on for green, right? Like me and Spencer in our tier list made fun of like the green developers of like, why do we have to keep going through hoops to get something kind of average, or a lot of hoops with more energy, more steps, more requirements, but other colors such as yellow, red, and blue. And at one point, a lot of points really, black was in a really good place to be energy efficient. But for green, it is just, hey, you have to have a field card. You have to send 4 Kai for 45,000 power, and then you get minus 15 power, and you probably can't use it for the rest of the game type thing. Or for Vegeta, if it's your opponent's turn, they gets to one of your battle cards are removed from your battle area from your opponent's skill. They have to discard one. So you have to have a battle. You have to have a battle card on the battle area or in the battle area, and then make them remove it on their turn to discard one. So I didn't understand that one. This effect is pretty cool. I like this effect, and there's more and better green great apes. They would have been pretty cool. Anyway, if we look at other ones, I don't even want to discuss these, man. I said, come on, man. Come on. We start with 4 life and we awaken at 3 or less. So you're already at a disadvantage to anybody else playing an 8 life leader, right? So they have 4 more cards than you already. And as well as you switch to rest mode, even if you have these 15 and 20k boost, it doesn't matter because the whole game revolves around the combo step and as well as defense. Well, card advantage for defense. So like these two, no, not it. Same thing with Champa. Champa's worse than Beerus. I'll always stand by that. This one starts at 5 life, and it's you awaken at 2 or less, which doesn't have an alternative awaken. So I just didn't understand that one. We did have a bit of a good stint with Cell reboot, right? And I think Cell is still in a pretty good spot. The only downside, again, I spoke about this before, is that Black Smoke kind of just kills off any of the good unisons that you can play with it. You have to really shift off to something different, which I don't think really works for the deck. And it just has a little bit of more answers here and there. But I think it still has legs, so that's good. At least we have that. And King Cold, I guess. Cooler. This is so close. Cooler is so close. Like, I think Cooler needs good pilots, and I think that we've seen that in these last 2 national events, right? We've seen a little bit of life when it comes down to Cooler, which is awesome. But we still continually need green using cards of special 5 cost 1 for this deck to evolve. Because there's not really much, like when you really think about it, there's not really much versatility, and as well as the deck being able to evolve if there isn't more or there aren't more green unisons cost of 1. That's supposed to cost 1. So I cooler. Hey, there's another decent archetype that people keep putting down. And the reason why this is not great is because you need specified cards in the deck, which I just realized that this is in the way, so sorry about that. in the deck where you need the 1-drop to draw, you need some of the Demon Clan to work, although you do have some protection in this permanent. It is KO'd, and because it's KO'd and not removed by a skill, it is kind of stupid because you made red really, really good, which means red can just remove these things, and it is just one of the strongest colors in the game. And you're just throwing yourself to the wolves if you do play this type of deck. But I will say that it does feel pretty good as a deck. It is definitely in that tier 2, that tier 2 sort of area right now. I don't even know if it's rogue yet. We didn't see any of it, any King Piccolo in the last 2 nationals, Australia. Shout out to Parisi. US finals, and as well as EU. Like all those finals, we didn't see King Piccolo at all in the top 32, from what I understand. I may have missed 1 or 2 maybe, but I'm pretty sure we didn't. We did see this, so that's funny. that's hilarious. I love this deck, but it's not very good, and that's all I can say about that. And then finally we have today, you know, this dude, don't play this leader, man. Stop playing this leader. Don't play it. It's bad. I already talked about Veku / Gogeta for a while, and it's just harder to play the cards that you want to play, but it does do green stuff well. That's all I can say about that. So very annoying is the premise of what I'm getting to for the current archetypes. We are gonna go into set 20, or this is set 21. Sorry, this one, set 20 here in March. Right, so set 21 is coming out down in June, so don't even worry about that one. This one has a Super Saiyan 3 proxy card, so I don't know what that means, but we do know based on distro information that you know, it's supposed to come out in March, and that we do have cards from the DBH Prison Planet Saga, and we do have 3 secret rares. I don't know if we're gonna get a guard rare or not anytime soon, but there you go. I don't know if that means like Cumber or Fu or whoever is going to be like a green leader. I would like Fu to be or Few, whatever, to be a green leader that's pretty decent, like a generic good green leader that revolves around this archetype. Either way, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm done ranting. This is all no good information. It was like a ruling that's old and like no good information, but I am done ranting. So let me know in the comments below if you agree, disagree, or what you'd like to see in the future for green from Bandai. And I'll see you in the next one.